Hi, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do a very rich smoky eye look using 3 to 4 different colors if you want to count the neutral one. It's very easy to do. It might take you a little bit of practice, but I guarantee you'll probably get it right the first time. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on my Facebook or send me a text. My website is www.makeupbytara.com. and you can get all my information there. Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying eye base. So a lot of people like a lot of different kinds. I kind of stick to really simple stuff that's readily available in stores. It just makes life a lot easier than having to go to Sephora, go to MAC, go track everything down. I'm going to use actually what is a compact makeup. I like the way that it goes on the eye. It serves really good as lightening the eyelid up. It also does not crease. So I'm using this right here as my eye base, and it's L'Oreal new True Match Super Blendable Compact Makeup. I'm going to go ahead and dab a little bit. Now, very little goes a long way with eye base. I'm going to use my finger, cover the whole eyelid from tear duct area to outer. Now to do this smoky eye, the rule of thumb, this is really the most important thing that you can do, is whenever you're getting your eye bases, make sure you find something that's like a black, because when you put black on black, it goes on blacker. Alright, so cover the whole lid in a neutral nude, and then put a little bit of the black, and it does not have to be perfect at all. Put it on the outer edges of your eyes, both under and over. So right now I look quite sexy, don't I? Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to apply my black, and I'm using Maybelline New York Stylish Smokes, and the number is 240S, and it's called Night Sky. Or you can find whichever one that you like. This is a black, and it has like little silver sparkles in it. I'm going to use a wedged brush. It's kind of shaped a little odd and thin, but something that you can get into a tight space. I'm going to go with the black right there over the top of the black. And I'm not going in any particular order. I don't blend as I go. That's a huge mistake a lot of you girls make, is you're like, oh, I gotta make it perfect the first swipe. Well, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Just heads up. Blend later. Kind of just put it on there now. I'm going to give you a quick foundation tip. I'm airbrushed on right now. I never airbrush myself, but you know, for you guys I did. Always go lighter on your foundation. Just do it. Go lighter on your foundation. Use bronzers to color adjust your skin tone. That will also give you a lot more room for your contouring that all of y'all are wanting me to show you about. And I'll do the contouring video next week. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my secondary color, which is going to be NARS. The name of the color is Galapagos. It is my favorite color in the whole world. And it is a brown with gold sparkles in it. You probably can't see it, but go to Sephora and check it out. It's really great. I'm going to use the same brush. Same one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect on my, what would you call this? Like the crease of your eye, where the eyeball is. I don't know what, the socket. I guess that's what you would call it. You want to fold right into that and create a line inward. Do the same thing on the inner part. Notice that I did not hit my actual tear ducts, okay? I went about halfway from the black, halfway to the brown on both eyes. Black, quarter of the way, brown, rest of the way. Now I need something to put right here on the inside of my lid. Alright, I'm just going to stick a little bit there. And what that's doing is that's just kind of, I don't know, giving me something to blend my darks into that's a little bit lighter. You could have used a matte. You could use regular face powder. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. Now, I'm going to put something, my neutral tone, on the top below my brow line. And what this is going to do is give something for when you start blending to blend into for your fade. So now that we're primed exactly where we need to be, I'm going to let you take a good look at it. On all sides, there's no perfection to this. It looks absolutely muddied and terrible, and that's what we want right now. Now I'm going to take my brown, which I'm going to use as my blending medium. I'm going to take my MAC 223, I believe. Yes, MAC 223. Really excellent brush. I love it. I use it for blending in the crease. So I'm going to take my black over here and I'm going to blend towards my eye. I put a little bit of brown on my brush and just go back and forth, hugging that eye socket, back and forth, back and forth. And one little tip is it will look worse before it looks better. So when you're like, ah, it's not blending, I'm freaking out. No, just keep going. Just keep going. And then I'm going to take my black and I'm going to blend it, pulling my brush towards the tear duct into that gold or whatever color you used. And then go back to the outer edge, go back into, I mean, you're just kind of meshing everything all together. Now be careful, don't go too close here because then it'll look really like someone just beat you up or something. Okay, now I'm going to go around the bottom, do the same thing. I am pushing ever so lightly. It's not what brand of makeup you buy, guys, that makes you good at applying it. It's you that makes it good at applying it. So sit there and screw up until you get it right. Learning how to use your brushes is very, very, very important. I can sit here and tell you how to use them all day long, but it's going to take you practicing it to get it. But as you can see, compared to the other one, it's starting to kind of mesh together. When I tap my brush into my brown, I just literally do a tap and then I flick. I'm a flicker. Always flick the excess off, otherwise you're going to get little brown dots here. There's also another way you can go about avoiding it if you're just like a messy blender. I used to do this when I first started. You can take some loose powder, baby powder or something, and put a bunch of it underneath your eyes right there so the dust falls on top of that powder, not touching your skin, and then you can just whisk it away when you're done. Alright, so right now I'm kind of half blended. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a different brush and I'm going to do a full blend. I'm going to go back to the original applying brush that I used and I'm going to get everything off of it. I'm going to just make sure there's nothing on it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just, this is where the talent comes in. Blending that line out. And that just takes practice. Back and forth strokes, very softly, alternating between this direction and this direction. Alternating from going across and alternating from going across. Okay, the thick end and the thin end. But where you're going to get that perfect fade is from that powder that you stuck up here. And that's how you're going to get your fade. If you want, sometimes, if you're having a really, like a troublesome time blending, you can take some more of that matte powder that I used up here, apply a little bit more, and then you can kind of fade it out a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. I'm a perfectionist like that. I'm gonna take just a little bit on that brush. I'm gonna apply it under my brow because if you put it directly on the smoky stuff, then you're gonna have like a big blotch of neutral on top of that and it's going to look bad. And then I'm just going to kind of pull that powder down into that and see how it's just automatically just faded it perfectly. So same thing on the bottom if you want. It just smooths and softens that line. Alright, now there's the difference between that one and the other one. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add an inner highlight. I have a favorite color that I like to use on most everyone and I'm running out of it. It's one of my secrets that I did not tell, but if you want to get one, I will describe it to you. It is a goldish white, so it's a highlighter. What I'll do is I'll take this with just a fluffy brush and I'll add it to the inside of my tear duct area. And what this just did was it just took a very, very smoky eye, which can typically close your eyes, and it just opened them. Now also what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up, shaping the eye. I'm not necessarily done with eyeshadow. I mean, I guess you could do it with eyeshadow or you could cheat. I like to cheat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use a little brush and on a 45-degree angle, going one direction, sweep that outer edge outward. Now you can take foundation brush and some matte powder just to pop that on the outer edge. Just going around, I'm not touching my shadow. Take a dry brush again, just make sure I'll tie up any loose ends. You want to fidget with it as much as possible. I want to add some kind of a blending medium between the dark color, this right here, and then the outer part. I'm going to use this brown that I have. It's just a light brown. I'm not going to use that brush, I'm sure. It's too wide. And I'm just going to kind of go on the outer edge of that. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do eyebrows. Now to complete the look, I'm going to add black eyeliner. I like using 171 by L'Oreal. It is a lacquer liner. It's called Blackest Black. Comes in a little pot. It's incredible. I mean, it is really incredible. And I'm going to give you an awesome trick right quick. So when you put your liner on, your watermark, you ever notice how it's real choppy when you first put it on? I mean, do you see like the little blanks in there? It's just kind of the way it is. Ugh. I hate the way eyeliner feels on my eyes. I'm going to teach you how to kill two birds with one stone on that. I'm going to teach you how to keep your eyeliner on all day, even on your watermark, and soften it at the same time. So whenever you're doing your eyeliner, God, it's so much different when you're doing it to yourself. I'm sorry, girls, I torture the snot out of you. This is really obnoxious right here. Getting it on the top part of your eye, trying not to cry about it. Alright, now to soften it up and make it stay after my little cry. Take some black powder. I'm using the same brush that I used on my eyebrows. It's a flat brush. You want to take that powder and go on top of that black that you just put on. And this is going to like seal the deal. It's going to keep it on there and it stay all day. Fix that mess up. But applying the powder like that, it just holds it. I guess the same way foundation it stays on your face by powder. Just assuming it kind of does the same thing. Works the same kind of way. Alright, that just completely smoked everything out. Let me fill that one little spot and I'll show you what it looks like so far. Feels really weird. I'm not used to wearing makeup. Mascara. I guess lashes. I had one of y'all ask me on what kind of lashes to get. Kathleen, I believe, asked me that question. Well, it depends on the look you're going for. If you're going for more natural, then go for a more natural lash. If you're going for a more dramatic, go for a more dramatic lash. The way that I like to do false lashes whenever I am applying them, and please don't ask me to do a video on applying them to myself. I'll have to get someone else to apply them to. I might just do it on my husband or something. It's really difficult to apply it to yourself. It really is. I mean, some of y'all got it down. Now, when I'm doing it to y'all, I make it look incredibly easy. I can do it in 2 seconds. But cut the lash in half. Use that first part of it, that gradients from shorter to longer, and put it on the outer edge of your lash. That way you don't have lashes that go straight up right here, because that looks really, really dumb, and I see it in a lot of pictures of y'all. So this is the complete eyeshadow smoky eye that you wanted to know about. I'm going to go ahead and put some lip color on. Alright, we're going to contour. Okay, right now we see the eyes. They're smoky. Let's contour. 45-degree angle. From the top of your ear down. You would stop 45-degree angle, top of your nose, down. Using different shades of bronzers and stuff, contouring powders, will get you the same exact effect. Alright, I'm going to go around my chin and back up and blend that down. Same thing here, doing just a straight line and down. Now I like to kind of narrow my forehead a little bit. I don't know why, I just do. So I put a little bit here and here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full-on blend with a brush that has nothing on it. And if there's any guys watching this, I hate to burst your bubble and all when you're like, oh my god, your pics are so pretty. I'm like, oh my god, that's so not what I look like, but thank you. Alright, now I'm going to use a little bit of blush, and I'll know exactly how much to apply because I did my lips. A little bit on the nose because I like a sun-kissed look. Bring a little bit down on the neck with the blush because you don't want red in one spot of your face. Makeup does not stop right here. It does not stop right here. It doesn't even stop right here. It goes down to your collarbone. Okay, so blend down, gradient. Alright. Now to make this stay, and we're done. We can call it a wrap. I'm going to use the best setting spray I've ever used. I don't care. It's the best. It's e.l.f. brand Makeup Mist and Set with aloe and green tea cucumber, vitamins A, C, and E. It comes in a 2.2 ounce bottle. Spray it all over the face. We're done.